Well, it appears as though Harvey has found himself in some difficulty. Again, how about we first say that you shouldn't feel remorseful for anything, has Steve Harvey arrived at the finish of his tie, with the tornado of tales encompassing his significant other's loyalty. We're jumping profound into the hair-raising story that has Hollywood humming. It's a story of many years long insider facts, murmurs of selling out, and the faltering $200 million inquiry looming over everything. Stay with us for the riveting subtleties everyone in here about but if it's not too much trouble, comprehend that about the manner in which I love you, Marjorie. First up on our radar, the beginning of these stunning claims against Marjorie. In spite of her intense endeavors to eliminate any confusion, many accept she's finished more damage than anything else, incidentally projecting herself in a much murkier light. Streak back to August 2023, the Tattle Factory. Each page dropped a stunner credit altering anonymous insiders, as indicated by the Marjorie wasn't simply being untrustworthy to Steve Harvey, she was having an unsanctioned romance with their guardian William Freeman, affectionately named Enormous Blast, not simply a guardian. Freeman wore different caps: an individual culinary specialist, a nearby family sure, and the baffling pander who is Marjorie teeing with supposedly the Body Watch murmuring recommend he was the linchpin that united the seat in 2005. The most stunning part, this furtive relationship purportedly traversed the term of the Harveys' conjugal excursion. What's more, Steve, he could have been in the know from the start, however, picked quietness. Yet that wasn't the finish of the Harvey adventure. A key player in this entire episode, none other than Shirley Strawberry, Steve's long-lasting radio co-have. In an astounding turn, it was Shirley's authentic words to her detained spouse Ernesto that poured fuel on the flares, thanks to the daily practice recording of jail calls. Shirley's confidential admissions about the Harveys turned out to be everything except Shirley Strawberry was on a call with her significant other in this discussion. What's more, there were 2 or 3 other remarks that she made. The spilled telephone call lays out a captivating picture. Shirley thinking back about her visit to the Harveys' extravagant Chateau Point by Point A. Extravagance that Marjorie Harvey had consistently delighted in. You understand what they have, eh? Marjorie has her own spa, her own exercise room. Do she look old? However, do she look like she going downhill? No, I haven't seen her. However, the call further dives into Steve's implied well-being worries, with clearly referencing how Steve got gasping for air strolling up his own flight of stairs. Reciprocal, she said she looked great from her photos, that Marjorie wasn't there. She hasn't seen her face to face, and that if Marjorie had been home, they presumably could never have been welcomed over. However, the outrage was ignited by Shirley's articulation when she asserted that Marjorie is self-important and regards visitors as though they were workers. I don't know, damn. Wow, she views us as the assistants. You realize you let me know that that is not a great feel. The aftermath from the break was quick on a resulting radio station. A obviously agitated Shirley recognized the cold hard reality tending to the call and her remarks head on. Steve on the spot, I need to apologize to you and Marjorie for what I said. It was not my goal to add to the hypothesis, she communicated. While she didn't deny her words, she appeared to be remorseful for having said them. It's only difficult for me to bring this specific thing up. I was simply so humiliated, and embarrassed, and I just felt like a blockhead. Steve, ever the courteous fellow, answered effortlessly on air. sharing his sympathy and grasping he voiced, "Let me express this to you, surely we have had some significant awareness of this right after it occurred." He proceeded to recognize the troubles of exploring private discussions when under open examination, closing with an intelligent idea on the idea of difficulties expressing the demon is occupied. When this came out, it's a tad different on the grounds that it's not tattle gossip or a pernicious untruth. It came from within. Circle remarks from the public were typically blended, while some safeguarded, surely communicating that everybody has private minutes they wouldn't need shared. Others were less excusing, recommending she ought to confront proficient repercussions. Look, I'm so used to getting beat up, I didn't know how Marie was feeling about all that is out there yet." In the midst of this show, Steve has proceeded to stand by Marjorie in any event, taking to the stage at Contribute Fest 2023 to expose the whirling disloyalty, bits of gossip tending to a ocean of participants. He with certainty declared the strength and credibility of their relationship to add one more layer to the adventure. Late reports indicate Steve's has profound appreciation for the Harvey's way of life, describing a house visit Steve had given her, surely trusted to her better half about the sheer plushness of the Harvey manor, from its extravagant spa rooms to Steve's fear. Despite Marjorie's solid character, our sources let us know that the impact of Marjorie on Steve's proficient choices is hard to neglect. Their underlying gathering in 1990 at a satire club was in excess of a passing issue. "All right, child, where did I meet you? Gracious, first time we met Memphis, we're at a parody club." Steve, taken in by Marjorie's appeal, commented, "I don't have any idea what your identity is yet. One day I will wed you." However, a apparently heartfelt opinion, it's fundamental to recollect that as of now, Steve was a serious family man. Soon after, Harvey's marriage saw its end. While Marjorie was with Harvey during his conjugal choppiness, she, at the end of the day, was entangled in her own issues, being hitched to Jim Townend, a person who would later face imprisonment to the extent that at the point when Steve and I got together, he had a entire one more thought of what he was anticipating doing after his separation. This labyrinth of connections drives us to a striking piece of intel: Marjorie's affirmed job in Steve's expert life didn't begin with their marriage. Reports propose she played her cards decisively, guaranteeing Steve's consideration never faltered from her. Steve himself